We have something special. Today, March 13, we announce our collaboration between Nivada Grenchen and Fratello. And as of next week, March 20th, at 4 o'clock p.m. until March 26th midnight, we are doing a pre-order with Nivada Watches. So we have 5 different Nivada watches, 5 different dials. It's one watch. It's a watch that is based on the Chronosport case from the 70s. And we also like to use their racing watches as inspiration. So we basically combined a couple of their heritage designs into one watch. It's the Nivada Racing Chronograph, as we then call it. And during this pre-order, we have 10 of each available, so 50 in total. And then the delivery will take place in June. And we have a special pre-order price of €1,499 ex VAT. But enough of that. Let's have a look at the watch. 5 different dials. So there's a black dial with a little grain in there, so to create a bit more depth. Then with the racing track on the dial, with the orange hand, because it gives a nice contrast. And of course, well, we're Dutch, so we love orange. We love orange.
Of course.
Technical specs, it is a 38 millimeter case, just on, so it's a little bit under, but we say, okay, that's 38 millimeters. Its lock to lock is 44.3 millimeters, and the height is 13.75 millimeters. It has a hand-wound movement done by Celita. It's the SW510 manual. Nice Geneva striping finish and some gold-filled engraving on the movement. And you can observe the movement through the sapphire case back. Then there's this this bullet style bracelet on there with the polished center links.
Nice.
Tachymeter scale bezel. So yeah, hand wound, start, stop, and reset. Easy does it. So this is the black dial version. Then we have, which is my favorite, the Black Panda version.
Yes.
So black with white subdials, also with the orange hand and the racing track on the dial. Exactly the same specifications as the full black one. Then we have the inverse Panda, you could say.
Yes.
White dial silvery, also grain with the black subdials. Then we have like this tropic brown version that people seem to like. It's indeed a very beautiful version. It also has this grain, and I think especially outside, if you take it into the sunlight, I think it's really nice, the chocolate brown dial. And then last but definitely not least, there's the full, like silvery white, grainy dial. Very legible, I would say. It's the favorite of our new colleague Morgan, who's been wearing it this morning, all morning. It's these are fun watches. Nivada Grenchen, they have a lot of heritage and stories to tell. But we picked this Chronosport case and then give a little bit of that Fratello twist to it.
So do you expect them to hold the value up and go up in value, because there's only 50 in total? Yeah,
so we do a pre-order of 50, and I think the pre-order price is very interesting, $14.99. Later on, when we deliver them, when they become available, we'll have some more, and the price will go up a little, the retail price, to €1,875 ex VAT. So I think the pre-order price is incredibly interesting to work with. But do they hold value? I don't know, and to be honest, I don't care about resale value. I want to have a watch that I wear, and I also feel that these watches you need to like, you want to wear them, you want to hold on to them and keep them. And because it's a limited quantity, I would say the value retention is quite good, I'd expect, but there's no guarantee. No. But that should not be the reason. You really need to like to wear this Chronograph watch with its vintage inspiration, and I think the 38 millimeter is a nice sweet spot, and a lot of people have been asking us for smaller watches. I think that's the new tendency in general anyway, to go a little bit smaller again, and a 38 millimeter Chronograph is quite an interesting format, I would say.
Superb pieces. Just a question around the brand. So I've seen many of these in vintage collections.
Yeah.
Has the brand been relaunched? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few years ago it has been relaunched, Nivada Grenchen. But yeah, as did with many brands. There are a lot of brands that are just built, they buy the brand name and they do like one-off projects. But I feel that Nivada Grenchen is really trying to establish like a proper brand again.
Yeah.
So I think that's important because you're also, with your after sales, servicing the watches, I think it's important to establish a nice brand and to do it properly.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah.
My first impressions of this, give you my first impressions, is my favourite is the reverse panda, like yours.
Yeah.
I also do like this tropical dial one. The texture on the dial was also very interesting. It gives it a very vintage look.
Yeah. I think mainly because of the grainy finishing of the dial.
The grainy texture.
Yeah.
And the bracelet is almost Rolex President. It's just
a little bit.
Just the way it looks.
You also see it on the, I think, it's a bullet style bracelet, so it's not as flat as the Speedmaster one. It's a bit more like oval shaped, I guess. Like the Breitling bullet bracelet, there's the Preston bracelet, which I enjoy myself as well wearing. But yeah, it's a nice bracelet. It tapers from 20 millimeters to 60 millimeters at the buckle. I think important to notice. And it has straight ends, which gives it also this vintage vibe, I would say.
It's very
on the wrist,
1960s
it's nice.
racing. You've got on the track, on the outer
The
track.
shape of the case is 100% vintage. Yes.
What's your favorite?
Oh well, between the two, I like the tropical dial, and I also like the proper original white dial with black subdials.
Yeah. Panda. Yeah.
And,
I mixed it up. This is a reverse Panda, and this is the Panda.
That's right. It's like Paul Newman-ish, you know.
Yeah.
That I always think it's a classical. Well, I like both those colours. You know, it's almost a watch you could have all the colours just for different occasions. You know.
Yeah. True.
No brainer.
You need to collect them all, actually.
And the orange really does pop.
Yeah.
I hate to use the word pop too much, but it does.
It does pop. It gives a nice
contrast,
contrast on the black, but also on the silver.
Yeah.
Definitely. Great. Yeah. So available for pre-order by next week, March 20th till March 26th, and then deliveries in June. And then we'll open up the window for extra orders, but then at a slightly higher price point.
So don't hesitate, everybody, go and get them at the lower price.